Hello world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Robothought Zero to Hero series C coding in Arduino Mega. Guys, so we are on lesson number 16 using this Mega board, and today I am going to show you what is serial available function in C using this Mega board. Guys, if you haven't bought your Arduino Mega, do go ahead and buy it, because we are going to get into more advanced lessons and stuff like that using Arduino. And by end of this lesson, we will be connecting this particular series into our Vision Intelligence on Jets and Nano series, which you have looked into it in the previous videos. And combining all this together, we will be building an autonomous robot with artificial intelligence capabilities. Alright, so let's get started. So what do we have now? So in this lesson I will show you how serial.available function, it's a function, it's nothing but it's a function, right? The serial.available, how it works. So serial.available with a curly bracket both the side, that is how the functions are in Arduino or in C++. That basically gets stored bytes from bytes, not bits, bytes of information from the serial port, from your serial port. This is the serial port, guys, where you connect it, right? Which are available for reading, right? Reading the information what is happening inside the Arduino processor. All right, so it is the data which is already stored and arrived in the serial buffer. Okay, so the serial buffer in Arduino holds about 64 bytes of information. So that is how powerful it is, 64 bytes. The serial.available function inherits from the utility class called stream. It's called stream. Okay, it's a utility, it's a class, right? So the stream is only invoked when the function which is depending upon that, it's called upon, when that particular area is called in your IDE, right? And the stream class is considered as the base for binary and character based streams. Now this might be a little confusing, so I will write a small program, a code, and show you to you how serial available works. Of course, we are going to see a lot more exercise. All right, guys. So let me share my Arduino IDE. All right, I am in my Arduino IDE, and let's do some coding. All right, guys. Let me just pull it here. All right. So let's say int, let's declare int as arriving data byte, okay, equals to 0. All right, and then we need to end this with a semicolon. Now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to initialize the incoming serial byte by putting this code. So this will basically initialize the incoming serial byte. All right, and then obviously the void setup function, void setup, and then open parenthesis and a close parenthesis, and then we need to open a curly bracket, and then below the curly bracket serial dot begin, like this. All right, and with a baud rate of 9600, close the parenthesis with a semicolon. So this 9600 is the data rate in bits per second, bps. All right, that is the speed. And then let's come out of the bracket, close bracket, and then let us set up a void loop, open parenthesis and a close parenthesis. So the loop function, that which basically executes the code repeatedly. All right, and then I will open a curly bracket, and within the curly bracket, if, all right, like this, if serial dot available. I am going to use the serial.available function with the open parenthesis and a close parenthesis is greater than 0. Alright, and then close the overall bracket if it is greater than 0. So it will, so basically what it will do is it will only send the data when the received data is greater than 0. Alright, in the terminal, if you enter say 0, from 0 and 1, it will start printing the functions, right? That is how it works. And now let's close this. It's already closed. Now let's say, let me scroll it a little. Say arriving data byte equals serial dot read. This is the serial dot read function, which I am going to talk about it in detail. Semicolon. Semicolon, and then what we need to do, this will basically read the incoming or arriving data byte. All right, and then we will print serial dot print. How do we print? We will print say anything. You can put any kind of string inside, guys. It will print. So say the Avengers are ready to mingle, like this, and then close the bracket with a semicolon, and then let's say serial dot print ln. I am going to print the line ln arriving data type, data byte, not data type but data byte, comma DEC. So what does this DEC mean? So here the DEC means the decimal, right? Any decimal value above 0, greater than 0, 0 or greater than 0, that's going to print. And that's going to print what? We are printing the Avengers are ready to mingle. So that is how it works. And now let us close the bracket. Let us close the curly bracket. I hope there is no other bracket at the bottom. Sometimes the Arduino IDE misbehaves if you do not put the curly bracket and the other syntaxes like the semicolon and colon and the parenthesis. Your IDE is not going to execute. So make sure that this works perfectly, guys. Alright, so let me compile this to ensure there are no errors. I am compiling now. The tick mark at the right, on the bottom below the file is, oops, there is an error. So here you can see, okay, instead of opening the bracket, I closed it. So I need to open the bracket. Let me now try. Can you see that, guys? Even a small mistake, it shows up an error and your program doesn't compile. Compiling sketch, yes, boom, it's compiled. Let me upload. I am uploading. Alright, done uploading. Now let me open up my serial monitor. Alright, let me type in 0. Let me share the serial monitor with you guys. Now I am going to say put 0 and let's see what happens. There you go, guys. So as soon as you type 0, the Avengers are ready to mingle. 48, 13, 10. Ignore those numbers. Those are just a garbage value. So if I say 1, say, or 12, 1, 2, it will still print because obviously the 0 is greater than any number. Sorry, we are initiating a program which is anything greater than 0 or greater than 0, right? So that's how your code is. So basically, guys, the way serial.available function works is it basically inherits from the utility class stream, which I told you before, right? So the stream is only invoked when the function relying on it is called. Specific function is called upon, right? The stream class is considered as the base class for binary and character based streams. So that is how it is. So as soon as you initiate the program like int arriving data, for example, let me just go back to the code so that you will understand this much better, right? So if you see the program, we initiate with arriving data byte equals to 0. So that will basically initialize the incoming serial byte, right? And then we get into the void setup, which is a one-time setup, right? The program runs from top to bottom, and the void setup command line will run only once. So what we are trying to do there, we are just putting serial.begin at the rate of 9600 speed, right? The baud rate. So the 9600 is the data rate in bits per second. That's the speed it runs, and that runs for once in void setup. Then we are getting into the void loop, right? In void loop, what happens? The loop function that executes repeatedly. And what are we repeating again and again? We are saying if the serial.available function, right? We are initiating the if serial.available function is greater than 0. It will only send the data when the received data is greater than 0. So that's where when we put in the terminal 1 or 0, 1, 2, 3, any value you put, it will say the next print. So arriving data byte equal to serial.read. So it will start reading the incoming value and it will print, okay, the Avengers are ready to mingle, right? So that is how this particular program works. Guys, I hope you are following these lessons, and do leave a comment below if you are not understanding. I will try to explain. I am trying to get into as detail as possible in very basics. Remember guys, these are the lessons for non-technical guys. So you will be able to understand C and C++ using Arduino Mega. I am going to be back soon guys. Until then, do give a thumbs up and bye bye.